This is Larry Jordan, the host of the Digital Production Buzz. The following interview is an excerpt from a recent program. To hear the entire program, visit digitalproductionbuzz.com. Brad Malcolm is the president and co-founder of Athentech Imaging. They're the makers of Perfectly Clear. This innovative technology provides intelligent image correction for still images. Hello, Brad. Welcome.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
It's my pleasure. You know, I was just thinking it's been a while since we've had you on the show, and it's time to take a look and see what the new news is. How would you describe the technology behind Perfectly Clear?
Well, outstanding.
Yes, but what does it do? I mean, does it give me for people that don't know what Perfectly Clear is, tell us what it does.
So Perfectly Clear is one-touch magic for your photos. And we've been licensing it for, 14 years to the largest printers around the world. And we have advanced plugins for professional photographers, which is a one-button click. The value proposition there is it's all about saving you time. And so the technology behind Perfectly Clear, we got lots of patents and physics and advanced math on how it works. It's basically, it's here to save you time. Cameras have physical limitations. Images are dark, noisy, all that stuff, and we automatically fix that with one click.
Well, we've had image correction for a long time. I mean, iPhoto has it and Photo has it. What is it that separates you from the other applications that are doing image correction?
Well, I guess the difference is we're robust, and it's a real color, what we call real color correction. So you can run through millions of images every day, and in fact our licensees run through 30 million prints every day, and it's automatically better. It's not worse, and it's realistic. So we're never going to damage an image, and we're always going to make it better. So that's what makes it robust. There's 20 different corrections that we can do automatically, and we do it at an advanced level. So it doesn't look fake, it doesn't look artificial. There's been a lot of filters, that's a hot topic, but we're not a filter. Filters are for creative and artistic effects, and there's enhancements to make things look pretty, but then they look, again, fake. And that's not us. Have you ever had that moment you go on that special vacation, for example, snap the picture of your family, and what you see with your eyes is full of vibrant color, but you take that picture and it's just blah, lacking color vibrancy, it's noisy, it's dark, and that's the challenge. It's the reality doesn't match, or the reality that we remember it, that we actually saw, is different than the camera captured. So we bring it back to how your eyes actually saw it.
Well, I want to talk more about that, but let's take a look at some specific images and see how your technology corrects them. For instance, we've got this image here. It's a picture of a penguin, and tell us what's happening with that image.
Well, that's a great example. First of all, he's waving to your users, so we took it especially for you guys. But other than that, it's just a typical example where you're out shooting. This one was in the Galapagos, and take a picture with your high-quality camera, and it's dark because you have a wide dynamic range that the eye sees, but the camera only has a single aperture, and therefore your exposure doesn't match what you saw. We analyze that, we say, yeah, this is dark, and we correct every pixel independently. So it's like that image that you see now has 20 million independent apertures, all properly optimized so that it's vibrant and full of life, just as you saw it.
Now, I should mention that this image is inside your desktop application. You've also got a mobile app that we'll talk about in just a second. Let's take a look at a second image. And here we've got a young boy, the before on the left and after on the right. What's happening here?
Well, in that case, it's another example. Special memory, looks great. You take a picture, the camera didn't capture it as reality actually was. And what happens a lot with digital cameras is images are lacking in color vibrancy. It's due to the linear response of the sensor versus film, which is nonlinear. It's like it's been washed out, like a newspaper sitting in the sun. And that happens a lot, even with our good expensive gear. So we analyze that, we detect that, we automatically bring back the color vibrancy. No, we don't oversaturate it, don't make it worse, we just make it look like you saw with your eyes, full of natural, rich, vibrant color. And we bring back a lot of pop, because we got technology in there from the medical realm, where we work on x-rays, make sure your image has lots of depth, just like you saw with your eyes.
So it's more than just correcting levels or just adding chroma. You're actually doing much more subtle adjustments than that, question mark?
Absolutely. We're analyzing every pixel independently, and if it's noisy, we'll remove it. If it needs an exposure correction, we correct the exposure, but we never clip, and we always maintain the real color. So what that means is, right now you're wearing a red sweater. We're not going to wash that out. We're not going to cause that to become washed out and faded, which is a common problem. We just maintain that real color. You got purple behind you, which is real difficult for cameras to capture. Like a FedEx box that's purple. Most cameras will capture that as too blue. If you're shooting a wedding or bridesmaids' dresses or lavender flowers, a lot of people, when color is very important, you want that accurate reproduction. We'll bring it back to the proper color vibrancy. You got abnormal tints, which happens a lot in incandescent lighting, skiing, snow turns out blue. We detect that and we fix that. But this all happens automatically behind the scenes.
Okay, let's take a look at another image. This looks almost like a skin softening, that we're making blemishes disappear. Is that a true statement?
Well, it is a true statement because we have our Beautify technology, and in one click, we actually do 10 different corrections. We smooth the skin, but it's very natural looking, as you can see. We'll whiten teeth, we'll enhance eyes, we can remove blemishes. So there's a lot of stuff, and we just make it easy to look your best. It's not fake, it's not artificial. There's a lot of technology out there where you can smooth images, and people complain a lot, yeah, that looks fake, that's not me, I don't recognize me. Well, that's not the case. With us, it's totally natural, because what happens a lot is, even with lenses, they'll due to the wide angle, and they'll distort your skins a bit. And so our face contouring just brings your face back to the natural proportion. What's different is, with us, we're automatic, and that's the key value proposition. You click the button, we do the rest. We detect faces, we detect age, we detect the gender, and automatically make you look your best. You don't have to go there and manually choose a face and manually choose red eye or remove this or any of that complicated stuff. We do it all behind the scenes.
Well, you've also recently released a new Android and iOS application, if I'm correct. It's called, is it Lucid, if I remember correctly? Or is that the desktop app?
That's the desktop app. So what we've had plugins for people in the Adobe workflow, Photoshop plugins, Lightroom plugins, and those work awesome, and we got a lot of people loving that. And so what we launched recently is our Photo Enthusiast line. It's a standalone, and Lucid, Lucid, makes your images perfectly clear as well, and it's a standalone app for Windows and Mac. So for those people that are not in Adobe, super easy to just run images through. You can batch process.
Well, we've got an image of a young girl on screen. It's split screen. We've got before on the left, after on the right. What's Lucid doing here?
So that's in our iOS app, and that's what we just launched as well. And so in that case, that's a cute young girl, and it's a typical example where she's outside. It looks great, wide dynamic range. Camera couldn't capture that. We detected that. We're correcting every pixel automatically, making the exposure look the best. But we also detect the face, and we can see her eyes are a little dark. So we're making her eyes pop, bringing out the shine, the sparkle that her eyes naturally had, because she's full of joy.
All right. Well, what I'm hearing is the big benefit that your software provides is not that you can exceed necessarily the capabilities of a skilled photographer, but you don't have to be a skilled photographer to take advantage of this. It's one click easy. So it strikes me that the broad market, people who just want their pictures to look better, is a perfect market for what this product is. Did I have that correctly?
Yeah, that's correctly. I would dissect it in two areas. If you're a working pro or advanced amateur, some of the stuff, but not all of it, but some of it you can do in Photoshop. But yeah, it's going to take you 5 minutes. And for us, it'll take 2 seconds. Now, take that if you're shooting weddings, if you're doing commercial, you got 1,000 images. If you got to manually correct everyone, that's going to take you a lot of time. Run it through, we automatically correct it. That's where there's a huge time savings, because you make your money doing creative stuff behind the computer, not doing mundane editing. If you're a photo enthusiast, well, you don't want to learn complex tools. We get you there without the learning curve. So there's two segmentations there.
One of the buzzwords that we're hearing a lot about, especially in video, it's been around in photography for a long time, is high dynamic range images, where we have black or blacks and white or whites. Are you able to work with HDR images? And if so, is there really that much of a difference after we've run your product through those images?
Absolutely. There's two aspects to that. One, HDR images are often quite noisy because you're taking at a very high ISO, and then you're combining that, so you're getting the noise aggregated throughout 2 or 3 or 5 or 7 images. So running it through Perfectly Clear will actually remove the noise. And even with the HDR images, yes, you're taking several apertures combined, or several exposures and combining them together. But with Perfectly Clear, we'll notice that it still is often dark, and we'll just make those colors pop and fix that exposure. So we have a lot of people using that with a lot of success and loving it.
What you've got technology for Mac and Windows systems. You've also got it for Android and iOS. Are you seeing that the uses of the product are different depending upon what platform they're using?
No, I wouldn't say the uses are different. I mean, we license the core technology, and then, we got our mobile applications, our desktop applications. So, no, we have people with super expensive cameras and lenses, and I'm one of those. But still, there's camera physical limitations where it's like, wow, it didn't get it right, and run it through, and the photos look amazing, and I don't have to spend time doing it. So it's more from a use case. But we have a lot of Android users, and we have a lot of people on iOS as well. So I wouldn't say there's any specific trends within a certain OS. People, and those are just the OSs, but just getting the big picture. People are still taking pictures. They want their images to look their best, and they don't want to spend hours behind a computer making it so.
I just realized according to what I was reading on your website, your software does 18 different tests or 18 different corrections to an image to make it look better. Can I select which of those I want it to do, or am I taking everything, all or nothing?
You can tune everyone individually as well, so you can definitely adjust it. And those are the two sides. So one button click, and we have 8 different presets, 8 one-button touches that you can choose from. We got our details, which work super robust across everything. If you're working on portrait, you hit our Beautify or Beautify Plus. But then, if you want to fine-tune it in our plugins or the standalone, there's a separate tab you tap. All the slider bars are there, and you can make adjustments if you want. And the adjustments are very simple because our exposure, when you move exposure to the left or to the right, we're adjusting every pixel independently, never clipping, always maintaining real color. So it's no complex levels or curves adjustment, but it does an excellent job with one slider.
I should mention, congratulations are in order. Apparently, you've won Apple has awarded Lucid one of the best new apps on the iOS platform. Congratulations, that's very exciting.
Well, thank you very much.
What did you have to do to qualify? Did they pick you out of the blue, or did you wave your hand and say, we're here, pay attention to us?
We worked a year and a half of hard development and engineering, and just to develop a world-class app.
When did they give you the Best New App Award?
Well, what they do is they do their featuring of different apps, and they rotate that frequently as well. So that happened a couple of days ago, just when we launched it here. I was on a call, and all of a sudden I started getting Skypes from people in Norway, and actually a buddy and part of the development team there said, wow, hey, this is cool, check it out. And I was trying to stay focused in on the call, and then the other guy said, hey, wait a minute, what's this going on here? So it was pretty cool.
That was very cool. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're focused on making images look better. What new technology are you keeping your eyes on in the near future that could enhance the images that we take?
Stuff that we're specifically doing, or just stuff in the industry in general?
Well, I know you're not going to pre-announce products. That's always what I'm interested in, but it won't happen. But I'm just thinking more of what new things are coming down the pipe that you're keeping your eyes on, generically speaking.
Well, one thing that we're always interested in is just to be as good as we can. And with technology, we got lots of inventions, but we want to continue to innovate. And so that one-touch button, I mean, we're very good. We're the most robust that there is out there. But there's always room to make it better, make it faster, do more stuff. And so those are the things that we're always working on. How do we do it better? How do we even refine everything more? Are there more corrections that one needs, for example? Like, one thing we don't deal with is blurry images due to motion. Can you take an image after the fact and make it crisp? Different things like that. There are other examples, but everything about picture quality, how can we just make it easy to look your best? Cameras are getting better. There's a lot of great equipment on there, and great processing software, but there's still, again, physical limitations. The way that the human eye works and dynamically manages the light versus a single aperture, that still continues to be the case.
Well, if you can figure out how to make a blurry image look sharp, that I think qualifies as absolute magic, because that's some real. How do you find an edge in a blurry image?
I don't have an answer for you. If I did, we'd probably have a product out there. But that's just one of many. Yeah, there's some real challenging problems out there.
Yeah, it reminds me, it's analogous to taking echoes out of audio and human speech. How you remove the echo without removing the voice is a real challenge. How you remove the blur and keep an edge when the edge isn't there, I think that qualifies you for Magician of the Year award. I'm very impressed.
Well, if it wouldn't be me, it would be my team that's smart behind me, just for clarity. I don't take the credit.
Brad, where can people go to learn more about the products that you guys offer?
Well, you can go to our website, which is athentech.com, ATHENTECH.com, and you'll find everything there. You can just also Google Perfectly Clear and it'll come up.
Perfect. The website is ATHENTECH, Athentech.com. Brad Malcolm is the president and co-founder. Brad, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. Real pleasure as always.
If you'd like to see more videos like this one, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. To stay connected and receive updates from The Buzz, sign up for our free weekly newsletter now. Or you can learn more about us on our website. And thanks for watching The Digital Production Buzz.